Hello. Today we're going to begin our unit on the Pythagorean theorem. Before we do that, we're going to look at three different types of triangles, and we're going to compare their side lengths and the areas that are created from that, and look for patterns. So the three types of triangles that you should know are acute triangles, obtuse triangles, and right triangles. Go ahead and pause the video and write these definitions into your spiral notebook under section 1.4, the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so you should have the definitions in your notebook at this time. And just a quick reminder that acute angles are less than 90 degrees. And obtuse angles are greater than 90 but less than 180, and right triangles equal 90 degrees. So our comparison today is going to be about comparing them to 90 degrees. So we're looking for patterns today, and there's three different types of patterns we're looking for. We're going to take three squares and we're going to create triangles. And we're going to look at the ones that create acute triangles. If they make up an acute triangle, then the sum of their areas of the two small squares should follow a pattern. When we look at obtuse triangles, the sum of the areas of the two small squares should also follow a pattern. And if they make up a right triangle, we're again going to look at the sum of the areas of the two small squares to see if they create a pattern. So we're going to take the three different types of triangles and we're going to add up the bottom squares. So at your desk, you should have a bag full of different types of squares, different sizes, and you should have a paper that looks like this where it has two angles, and that should be in a plastic sleeve. So what you want to do is you're going to work together in groups of 2 or 3 at your desk, and you're going to take these squares and you're going to create triangles with them. And you're going to start off by taking the bottom square and putting it up against this corner. And then from there, you're going to take the next squares and you're going to move them around to see how to make them fit so that they actually create another triangle. So if you look, I have created a triangle using the 8 by 8, the 5 by 5, and the 3 by 3. And mine kind of is moving a little bit here because I don't have paper pencil per se. But you can see that this side is 5, this side is 3, and this side is 8. And I've created an obtuse triangle because it's greater than 190 degrees and less than 180. It has an obtuse angle in it. So then you should have a paper that looks like this. And all we're going to do is we're going to fill this out using those triangles. So we're looking for the length of the small, medium, and large sides. So if I go back, I can see that I have 3, 5, and 8 are my lengths. So I'm going to write in 3, 5, and 8. Then it says area of the small square. Well, there's two ways you can do it. You can just look at the small square and you'll see that it has an area of 9, and then an area of 25 and an area of 64. Or you can do 3 times 3 is 9, 5 times 5 is 25, and 8 times 8 is 64. Now you want to add up the small and the medium area. So I'm going to take small and medium and add those together. 9 plus 25 is 34. Now you're going to want to skip to the large area because we're just filling that in. That's 64. Now compare. Is 34 greater than, less than, or equal to 64? Well, it's less than. And what type of triangle did we create? Well, if I go back and look at it again, you'll see that it's an obtuse triangle. So I'm going to write obtuse. You're going to do this for as many triangles as you can to fill this in. So you're going to be mixing them up. So next we want to look at, I have a 10 by 10, a 13 by 13, and a 12 by 12. And as you can see, I created triangle with them. And it's an acute triangle because all three sides, all three of these angles are less than 90 degrees. So if I look at the sides, I have 10, 12, and 13. So I'm going to fill in my chart. I have a 10 by 10, a 12 by 12, and a 13 by 13. Then I want to find the area of the small, medium, and large. So I can go back and just look at my picture, and I have 100, 144, and 169. So I'm going to fill in, whoops, wrong way, 100, or 12 times 12 is 144, and 13 times 13 is 169. Then I'm going to add the area of the small and the medium, and I get 244. Compare that to the largest one, and I can say that 244 is definitely greater than 169. And remember, when I look at the triangle that I actually created, this was an acute triangle because all three angles are less than 90 degrees. Again, I have another one I want to try, so I'm going to start off with my bottom one first, and then I'm going to try the next one. I'm going to try and see if I can actually make a right triangle out of this. That might be a little fun. Turn that sideways. How am I doing? Looks pretty good, actually. Maybe. A little closer. I think that's pretty awesome right there. So the length of my three sides are 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to write, whoops, my battery's going down, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to find the area, or you could just look at the squares, 9, 16, and 25. Then I'm going to add the small and the medium, and I get 25. Compare that to this 25, and I can see that they're equal, and that's a right. Now, I want you to continue to create as many of these different types of triangles as you can, different combinations, until you have completed the paper. Thank you and good luck.